Down to 7 Pacific.
What you out there? Yes, clear. Loud and clear.
Friendly fire!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I'm Mr. Tumaza. I think we're rolling. I'm Mr. Tumaza. And you know why they call me that? Because the whip's Tumaza. Every other thing is a runway, Mada.
Dude, who is his that when he makes songs like that? I'm like, is this for gay Jamaicans?
I think so. I think it is.
It's for gay Jamaicans and me.
Like, who is this? Like, is this music exclusively for like belly dancers? Like, what is this for?
Drake makes music for belly dancers.
Gay Jamaicans and Josh Francis.
Gay belly dancers. Gay Jamaicans.
Dude, literally,
it's so fucking funny because it's exactly what.
Yeah, it'll be like a half a dance hall beat and like a half a like pop trap beat, and he's like, "I'm gonna win ting, I'm gonna win ting." Yeah, but a man, and I told that a man in a ting tings.
That's like exactly what it is.
Who is this for? Is this for like trans people in the Caribbean?
Yeah.
like, is this for like drag queens and Turks and Caicos? Like, who is this for?
Exactly.
This is like, it feels like he's the biggest artist in the world, but this feels like a very niche audience you're making music for.
Mr. Tumaza.
Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm
Yeah,
Mr. Tumaza.
like you
Well,
love
it means
the
that
song.
every other thing is a runway, Mada.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what that means.
We know what they call it. You know what they call it?
What even is what is a runway murder?
Model.
What's
Model.
That? What's that word mean?
Model.
Model?
Yeah.
See,
Every
how
other
would I
thing
even
is a
know
runway model.
Model.
It's a slant rhyme. He's a genius.
He's you know what it is, bro.
Gay Jamaicans.
Bro,
is so fucking-
Chet Hanks, our savior, came out last summer with White Boy Summer speaking Padawan, and everybody was like, "That's fucked up."
Yeah.
Drake's doing it. It's all okay.
Turn the Drake up
we
in
had
my
him on the- we had
headphones
him
a
on the
little bit.
podcast.
You had
What?
Chet Hanks on the podcast.
Yeah, like
God damn
maybe
it, that's
a year and a
cool.
half ago
Fuck,
when we
that's
lived in New
cool.
York. He's the funniest person I think I've ever met.
Did you just reach out and ask him? Or
No, we
what,
did this
like-
bit about him recounting all his dad's movies, and
But you did it in Patois?
in patois, yeah. Like, my daddy was a small cowboy figurine. Me go on become a grown man. Me 12. Like we were doing like this like.
Anytime me grown man switch bodies, man.
Yeah, we were like doing this like patois recounting of Tom Hanks' movies, and then he liked it, and then he was just in New York when he followed us, and I shot him a DM, and he was like, "I'm actually filming a movie," so then he came and did the pod.
That's so crazy.
Me dad
What a
fucked a lady
cool
with
guest.
AIDS, man.
He's so funny. He's insane. He'll like, dude, he oscillates from like fuckboy to just like a manic impression of someone. So he'll like do like a Joker impression. He'll be like, yeah, you know, like it's all about love. Like honestly, like if you got love in your corner, like you can accomplish anything like you want. Like people ask me like, what am I up to? And I tell them, like, I'm not really a guy with a plan. And then he'll go straight to like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like whatever you feeling in that moment.
He's like for real losing his mind.
Yeah, dude, no, it's great.
Dude, I love that guy.
Yeah, it's like if you combined like Robin Williams with like fucking Machine Gun Kelly. It's fucking insane. He's the craziest person ever. It's like if you fuse like Mac Miller and Dana Carvey, you get Chet Hanks.
Yeah. That's who we need to get on. That was the inspiration for my haircut. I've been telling everybody I'm in my Chet Hanks era.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You took a photo of Chet Hanks to the barber?
Yeah.
You trying to look like Chet Hanks right now?
Like Chet
Wow, dude. Do you know how many people I would have guessed?
No.
If you were like, who am I trying to look like? I'd be like Sinead O'Connor.
It's also really, it's also funny to think that I would take a picture of somebody into a barber to be like, shave all my hair off, but like specifically like this.
It's so funny to want the Chet Hanks cut and they give you the Rose McGowan. Fucking totally.
My first one was the Rose McGowan, dude. I just did it myself in my front yard.
Well, I look like a fucking Iranian TikToker with this beard.
Yeah, you look like you
It's gotta
sell
be.
cell phones.
Yeah,
right
my
now, dude.
barber.
It's crazy.
My barber was like, "I'm gonna make you look nice, bro. Like we gonna clean this shit."
I think
up."
it's
And
the
then-
beard more than
No,
the
it's the beard
haircut.
more than the haircut.
The haircut's been my haircut, but he did the beard.
Oh, he
Yeah.
lined your beard up.
He lined. That's
Dude.
fine, but then he really made it a little too.
Lining a beard up too much will really change somebody.
Now you look, it looks like you're trying to be a Dominican
I mean,
baseball player.
I'm always teetering on Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Fucking owner of a vape shop.
Yeah.
I'm always teetering on manager of a hookah lounge. This has really pushed me over the edge.
Yeah, you put a pager on your waistband.
I gotta get some big like gold rings.
a necklace that hangs out of your shirt. You seem like you would have a gold chain. You could pull it off.
The shirt's
know.
not helping you either today.
I
love the shirt, but with the fit, it does look. You do look Iranian.
I look Iranian. Yeah, this is
Which,
an Iranian look.
Not a good look right now.
I could do the gold chain and stuff because I'm like, you could whop it up.
You could whop it. I was gonna say if you tuck in the shirt, you clean shave.
Yeah.
Gold chain, tuck in a shirt or get like a tight fitting shirt, dude. You look fucking sick.
Yeah, Tommy is like 2 steps between. Tommy's in between me and that.
Yeah.
Tommy's like a couple steps
Well-
down the WAP pipeline.
I think he's actually and I think he might be end of the line. WAP.
Yeah.
No,
we-
he's no.
I
he's,
mean, like,
no, no,
he's
no,
like-
no. Tommy's new era WAP.
New
He's not
era
old
WAP.
school.
Yeah. No.
He's new era where like he has like he's got all the WAP features, but he's also got like pants from Abercrombie on.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's whoppy though.
You're out of your like old school.
Well, no, not old school. Old school, I feel like
Yeah,
3-piece
he's new
suit
era.
eating a fucking eating a steak on a
let's dial
Tuesday.
back from that. Let's not Sopranos necessarily, but
In this house, Tommy Pope is a fucking hero. All right. Yeah, dude, I'm fucking. I wish that I could look cooler. Anytime I try to do like, if I try to do that beard, or anytime I try to alter how I appear, I never look sick.
What?
Dude, I can't look sick.
What are you
Just can't
trying?
look- I just want to look cool, but I
What
can't.
happens? What happens when you try to look
Well,
cool?
that one time, do you remember in San Diego when they fucking
Yeah,
dude?
that
I went
was
to an
bad.
Asian barber, and I mean, she gave me a fucking jawline beard, like I played for like a minor league team in fucking the Caribbean.
I'm gonna be
she
honest, it
fucking
was-
gave me the weirdest lineup.
It was kind of similar to what you have going on.
It was like you, but like
Yeah.
with like imagine that orange with a fucking beak on you, dude. I looked fucking crazy.
You do just
And then I
have
had
a
to
tough-
do, dude. I had to do stand up. There was like 600 people at that show too.
When I met
it was
you,
like
your hair was
Phoenix.
different. You kind of had like more TikTok-y hair, but you were kind of pulling it
He
off.
had
I
broccoli
thought.
hair.
You had
I
broccoli
have a
cut. You
picture-
kind of pulled off the broccoli
It's-
cut,
well, it's
though.
just
I have
green-
a picture of him with the craziest broccoli cut, like fresh broccoli cut. It's
Fuck,
not
do
nice.
you? I want to see it. I don't
It's
know
when
which
we
one.
were
Yeah, when I
first
met
moved
you,
here.
you had the broccoli cut.
Well, it was. That's just like I did that before it was the broccoli cut because that was what you had to do in the military. Then I went, I found a thing that kind of fits my head shape.
Yeah.
for
Which
sure,
my
for
head
sure.
shape is just sort of insane. I don't know. It's like
Your head doesn't look that weird. What's wrong?
no, dude. I look like one of those fucking. What are the statues? The Hawaiian looking statues with the big noses. They're like long.
Oh, like a totem pole or
Not a
something?
totem pole. I'm like picturing it. It's like Squidward's house, but like those fucking.
Oh, like an Easter Island
Yes,
statue.
an Easter Island head. I kind of have that. For my side profile's disgusting, dude. If you,
I know, I'm
dude,
just
there-
staring at the whole
dude,
podcast.
there's certain angles. If you go low to high on me
Yeah.
from like the left side, I look like a creature, dude. I look like I survived something. Like, I don't know
I
what.
look like I survived something
it's
is
like
crazy.
all like because like we've been doing like a lot of the sketches, you know.
Yeah.
And there are certain takes where we'll do like a whole thing from like a artistic angle, and I'm like, none of
dude.
that footage. You cannot put me. I'm paying you. You do not make me look like that on that angle.
Look
Yeah,
at that
look
guy.
at dude. Wow, you
First
had more of
off,
a broccoli cut than I thought.
Let me
It's
see.
Look at
crazy.
that.
You also were mad skinny in this, and this wasn't that long ago. This is when we first moved here.
What a fucking
Can I-
diss.
can I show-
What a crazy diss. You were mad skinny. This wasn't that long ago.
was like a year ago.
Look at that.
I don't think you can. I don't think it's in
the
focus, but thank God.
craziest broccoli haircut. I mean,
I did get fat as fuck in a year and a half.
no. Like, I think you look better now, especially without this haircut.
Dude, you look like you just got done
It's
streaming
crazy.
Fortnite.
Also, the reason I even
You
took
look
that
like-
picture, that was just hanging out.
Nice,
in the
sorry,
background.
thong
What was
in
it?
the
Let me
Girl
see
with
it.
her whale tail thong out.
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, I was
Nice.
hammered in that photo.
Yeah, you were drunk the entire first couple months that we moved here.
When the
When
first
did you move here?
we moved here November or
October.
October of 2023.
Oh, yeah, you
And
were
s-
way before us.
And so then I was just like, I got here and I went, I fucked up. I was like getting like no spots. I was getting like 3 spots a week, and then like people weren't responding to my DMs, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? I was away from my dogs and my girlfriend and like comfort. So
Yeah.
I was just like blacking out at like 6 p.m.
She's
3
drinking
spots
like
a week isn't bad. Where did you?
I think
I mean, it was
I
like-
think it was probably
3
It was
shitty
bad.
spots?
Yeah, it was like 3 spots a week at fucking Leo's old show.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Where
Mays
Maggie
and
Mays,
stuff.
that's
and it's
tough,
like, and I was
yeah.
like, this is insane that I moved here.
Yeah, that's equal. That's -1 spots.
Yeah, that's what I
If
mean.
you add those together,
was
that's
like, yeah.
negative
and
one.
he would just get like drunk off like Sunny Delight and like plastic bottles Svedka and
You're
like
making yourself nutcrackers?
Yeah.
Like a fucking black guy on Rockaway Beach. You're making yourself nutcrackers.
I've never heard nutcrackers, but I like that a lot.
Nutcrackers, if you go to Rockaway Beach in Brooklyn or Queens, there's black guys walking around with like carts, like they're selling Dippin' Dots, but inside them they're just mixes of Sunny D and vodka, and they're called nutcrackers. And they're on ice. And you
That's
can
my
just buy them.
dude. I'm a big nutcracker guy.
yeah,
I
they're
had
like
no
mixes of,
idea.
like Kool-Aid and vodka.
Yeah, dude, I would just like black out at like 6 p.m. and Matt would come back from a spot and I'd be playing Madden all pissed. I'd be like,
Nice.
get on the sticks.
Full on black scent.
Yeah, full black scent. Tyreek
Full
came out.
black
Yeah,
scent,
nice.
dude.
Tyreek was my alternative. I probably shouldn't admit this, but yeah, when you give me a fucking controller, dude, I start getting a little
Playing
crazy.
black voice, yeah.
Shit.
Honestly, as soon as Madden was brought up in the house, him and Jack started being like, shit. like it was yeah.
Shit. You want to play? You want to get on there? We would do 3 random teams, and then we'd bet money on it, and it would never go my way because Jack is better at me than Madden. So then I would
Yeah.
just start screaming.
Dude, I go through phases where I do different voices, and all of them my girlfriend hates. I'll just in the house, just out of because like I'm losing my mind. Sometimes it'll be a black voice, and I'll just be talking in a black voice. Sometimes it'll be like a really square middle-aged white guy. I'll be like, yeah, they're yeah, they're rounding up the Hispanics over there in California. Yeah, hey babe, how's it going? Yeah. You want to suck the pecker later or what?
Oh, I bet she hates that.
She hates it.
I hated that.
Yeah. It's really
me,
uncomfortable.
You're telling me she doesn't like it when you go, do you want to suck the pecker or what?
Thinking we do a little cunnilingus. Yeah, it's like a JD Vance voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, my lady's mom is in town right now, and I've been getting interrogated in the mornings, dude. Just fucking.
Yeah, why?
About what?
I woke up this morning and wanted to go to the gym before doing the pod because we're doing this. We're recording this at 10 a.m., which means that I had to get up like at 6, 7 a.m. to like do my morning routine of like walking the dog, going to the gym, making breakfast, whatever. I just pushed everything back, and dude, I'm like walking downstairs, and because after this I have to go to Tommy's and do like the look at dish thing. So after this, I was like, I'll just drive back home because between now and when we start look at dish, there's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So I was like, I'll just drive to the podcast, come back, and then hang out for 2 hours, then go back over there, because I don't want to like kill 3 hours downtown. Like that's
Yeah.
like too long of a time to kill. So then they start like getting up, like, why can't you just go and find something to do for 3 hours? What about this? What about that? What about that? They start they're like Googling things to do in Austin during the day downtown to kill 2.5 hours. And I'm like, how about I just come home? I'm not gonna-
They obviously don't want you to.
well, I think they're planning something. I know what they're doing, but it's like,
What, like a birthday thing for you?
no, yeah, well, I'm going to,
when's your birthday?
I'm going to,
Oh, nice.
so that's, so then that's,
Yeah,
I
do
think
that.
she's like,
Yeah, dude,
that
say that
soon?
on the pod.
she'll know. She'll find out.
Yeah.
Very soon?
This
Yeah,
episode
like
comes
this
out.
week.
This
Let's
episode comes
go.
out tomorrow.
Cut this whole part. What time was that? Yeah, I'll cut that. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I think her mom is trying to
Yeah,
get a whole
okay.
thing in line, and like she's trying to like do stuff around the house, and then I don't know.
Gotcha.
But it just turned into like, can I? And I literally just went, why do you guys care if I drive back and after this?
Yeah.
Well,
Like I don't get it because then I'm like,
Yeah, you don't want people checking in on you. Like,
no. Well, it's just like it's like let me just do what I do every week.
Yeah.
Why can't I just drive? Why can't
Why
a brother just drive downtown and come back, man? Why
no.
can't a brother just drive downtown, man?
Not before noon, dude. Not before noon.
I'm booked up.
I know you are. I can tell. We need to start getting you to drink coffee or something normal.
Is there
drink-
a lot of caffeine in Bucked Up?
Dude, yeah. There's also there's other stimulants that are none of these are FDA approved supplements that he's taking.
No,
by
dude.
the way.
I told you the story. You know Dan Carney?
Yeah.
Dan Carney told me that he was addicted to pre-workout.
Yeah.
And his doctor was like, "What's going on with your heart?" And he was like, "What?" He was like, "It's through the roof right now.
Yeah.
Like it's beating a mile a minute." And then after the doctor kept poking, he had to tell him like, "Oh, I take like X amount of pre-workout every single day, like 3 times a day."
He was
Blah,
like,
blah.
"You gotta stop. It's literally you're taking drugs."
Yeah, it's a stimulant,
crazy.
right? It's fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking
It's
deer
probably
antler.
a great time. There's deer antler in
It's
it.
just deer antler.
That's got to
Deer
be
antler
great
is
for your
so
gut.
funny.
Yeah, it's insane. Last night I was in
Velvet.
the green room. We were at the creek and he was on stage and I kept hearing him do bucked up. And we were all just like taking bets on how many times in the bit he says bucked up.
21.
21 times
Counted it.
he says
Really?
bucked up.
It's over the course of 8 minutes.
21. Last night, I think it's 6. Last night you said 7. It's not 8 minutes of bucked up.
Dude,
No, because I start out with something that leads into the bucked up. I guess I view it as an 8 minute chunk because I lead into it. I'm only screaming bucked up for probably 4 minutes of that. So but it's in my 8 minute chunk.
Bucked up.
It's like I've been trying to get 2 extra minutes so I can do a 10-minute chunk on like what I consider bucked up.
okay.
Bucked
Well,
up.
that's such a funny goal to have. I mean, I get it.
Because I just want to be able to go from start to finish all about the gym
All
and whatever.
about
So it's like if
bucked
I
up.
wanted to do 10 minutes, I could just go do 10 on buck. Like a,
Somebody, you want 10 minutes on working out? It's all like you think that you look like a bodybuilder.
No,
You're
that's
like,
the whole
"Yo,
thing
guess
is-
my gym 10 minutes.
yeah, that's
funny.
what I think it's silly is that I don't.
This is
look
my
like
gym
that.
10. And
You
then
want
I
to
have
know?
my girlfriend 5.
I have my girlfriend 5, gym 10, military 10.
Nice.
And that's my whole set. I was.
I like your military stuff. I feel like you feel weird about
I
it.
hate the military stuff.
It's the best
Why?
stuff. You being you, talking about the military is hilarious.
I hate it
from
though.
your perspective.
because
It's
it's
very
just
funny.
to me, it's just like selling my soul.
Why?
Why?
You were in the military.
Who
yeah,
cares?
but there's like such a thing about that where it's like.
No, there's not.
No.
You've made it. That.
Well, it's the same way that I don't like. It's like you know what I feel like it has to be like. It's like if you don't want to be like the military the comic. You want to be the comic who was in the military, not the military guy who is a comic.
Yeah, but they're like, man, if you really lean into a gimmick, you'll succeed so much faster. Everybody that's doing really well right now has like a gimmick. This is what I've realized. I was wrong. I thought gimmicks were hacky. Turns out the reality is who cares?
Turns out they
and
sell
it totally works.
theaters out if you do it.
Dude, Nurse John?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nurse John's tearing it up.
Yeah.
Who
Nurse
the
John
fuck is Nurse
Nurse
John?
John's a gay Filipino nurse comedian, and he just does gay Filipino nurse comedy. And Filipino ladies who are nurses come to his shows. Guy fucking moves tickets.
A lot
dude.
of-
you
lot
can be
of-
that specific with the niche.
A lot of people.
Look at Nurse John,
a lo-
dude. Nurse
yeah.
John crushes it.
And I bet his show is funny for
Short
the people
staffed.
that he's funny for.
That's the name of his tour. Short staffed.
Like, I really do. I bet the people who come to his show really enjoy it because he's hit that niche.
Yeah, you think these Filipino ladies are
For a second, dude, I went, that girl's hot as hell. And then it was
Listen.
him.
Let's go.
This
He
show.
tricked me.
Yeah, that's convincing.
I
Nurse
wonder
John's
if
kind of
his
a piece.
ticket sales will go down after these ICE raids.
I don't think they're effective.
Are they importing
You don't
Filipinos?
think they're checking? I don't think they're importing anything. I think we're really focused on deporting right
Well,
now.
that's what I mean. But how many Filipinos are here illegally? I feel like most of them just get married to like a dude and then
Well, according
fly
to our
over.
you don't even have to be here illegally anymore. You can just get. You can say, "Hey, forget the paperwork. We're sending you back."
Yeah, you look a little Armenian. Get him out of here.
Yeah, maybe you should. I mean, listen. I
Yeah,
think
they're just trying to hit a quota. I mean, they're
they
like
really
busting into a
are.
sandwich shop and like dragging out a 4th generation Greek guy.
they really are. It's crazy.
They have like
Literally.
like they're like measuring unibrow length. They're like
Yeah.
if you go over it half a centimeter each side, you're fucking out of here.
Yeah.
Bro,
100%.
This weekend was so fun. So they had the protest here. We're recording downtown, which is also very close to the Capitol, which is where they had like the No King's Day protest. Mm-hmm. And it was also on a Saturday, I think. And so I saw multiple times protesters walking. They were obviously leaving the protest. They were not in the main part of the protest, walking down like 6th and the surrounding areas. And I watched them get barked into comedy shows.
That's so funny.
It was one of the funniest things watching an open micer be like, we got comedy to some guy with like a Mexican flag and a mask on.
Yeah.
And who's like obviously not going to stop in to watch the showcase.
Buy one,
at
get one
Sunset
drinks.
Strip. Like it was It was maybe my favorite crossover of Austin that I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's a good crossover here to be had of shitty comedy shows and illegals seeking sanctuary.
Yes, exactly.
Like, dude, there's gonna be guys at the creek barking Guatemalans in.
Yeah.
Just rounding up people at Lowe's, being like, "We're taking you to the sanctuary business."
Free tequila shots if you guys don't have a green card.
There are no ice raids at the Creek in the Cave at midnight on Tuesday.
You do,
Trust
however,
me.
have to stay for 2.5 hours of open mic comedy.
Yeah.
They're like,
Everybody-
deport me.
Everybody bombs except Enrique Chacon. The rest of us just eat our cocks.
Here at the Friendly Fire Podcast, we know how important it is to have a good morning shit. I mean, honestly, is there anything better?
Is there anything better? Recently, I've been using this turtle supplement. It's called TRTL.
TL.
It's Turtle. Turtle.store is where you can find this product. Dude, I've genuinely, Ariel's been taking it.
Sliding right out.
It's insane, dude. I can't even take a shower after she's been in there using this thing.
'Cause
She normally
she's
has
empty.
issues. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
she's
she's going to
empty.
love that I brought her name into
It's
this, by
like
the way.
clockwork, you know?
You take your morning shit. I've never shit better in my life. I've been taking it for, 2-3 weeks now?
You take your morning shit, you make your coffee, it's a part of your routine, and then you're empty for the rest of the day.
Dude.
What's better than that?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
And what I've been doing is I've been taking Turtle and then I've been taking Bucked Up. Brother,
Yeah.
I could probably keister like a fucking machete and go into a prison based off how good this stuff is
good
working.
and clean.
How good and clean this fucking shit
And
is
that's all because of TRTL supplements, which is a psyllium husk fiber capsule, which will help regulate your bowels.
Yeah, and what happens is if you take it and if you're like me and you've had trouble pooping, you're gonna love Turtle supplements. And here's the good thing, guys. I've got a promo code for you. If you guys go over to TRTL.store and use code FRIENDLYFIRE, you get 25% off. Last week I said 40% off, and I got in trouble. It's 25% off. I mixed it up with something else, so it's 25%
You get
off.
25%
That's
off.
a quarter off.
TRTL.store. And they also do free, if you're not happy with the product, they will refund your money. You don't have to send it back. You can keep it. You can give it to a friend who cares about their bowel movements.
Live better, poop better. Turtle supplements. Turtle, TRTL.store. Code FRIENDLYFIRE. 25% off your first purchase. Thank you guys so much. And back to the epi.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy.
What I've been watching, what I've been enjoying is I like watching, because here's how I feel about it. We shouldn't be doing mass deportation of people who are not harming anybody. I think that's crazy. But I also don't like when people are like attacking like law enforcement, whatever. That bothers me as well. And so I've been watching this crossover on social media of like protesters attacking the law enforcement and then the law enforcement just fucking them up. I watched this video yesterday that I can't stop. It made me laugh so hard. This like 6'3" FBI. He was in like full camo, flak Kevlar, had like an M16, and he's walking through like people to like get to like the boys. And as he's walking, some like skinny barista looking dude came up and hit him in the head with a sign that had like, you know, like whatever, like fuck ICE or whatever. And the cop just like turned and looked at him for a split second and like just like stared at him, then picked him up and slammed him. And I was like, I like that. I like watching people who are being mean to people get fucked up.
I got you.
And then I also don't like, you know.
Dude, if you were still in the Marines, you might have been deployed.
Yeah.
You were in
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Dude, you would have been deployed to LA.
Yeah, people would be,
100%.
hey, gringo. They would call me Pelirrojo. Pelirrojo, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
There's Josh with a
And it's
bucket
funny,
of water,
it's-
throwing it on a Waymo.
It's funny too because
I would get grilled, dude.
you have to just sit there and take
you're
it.
like the
But
British guards.
I know how you like it would really infuriate.
I
you.
have military bearing, but inside I would be freaking out.
Yes, I trust your ability to hold it together, but I just know he'd come home to Ariel after.
take it
He
out.
wouldn't even believe what they fucking said to me.
They told me that I look like a fucking child molester. They told me they didn't like my mustache.
Bro, okay. That reminded me of the story. I live in an apartment on Riverside, and the laundry unit is like a shared unit right next to my apartment, and I did laundry and I'm putting my clothes away, and in there is like a pair of like child's underwear. Which I'm like, okay, yeah, that was just either in the washer or in the dryer, whatever. Like, not a big deal. And then I thought, I guess I'll just like throw it away. And then I was like, I don't really want this in my trash. So I was like, I'll just walk back. I'll just toss. There's like a table in the laundry unit. I'll just toss it up there. And whoever they belong to, if they see them and notice them, they'll get them. So then I've got this child's underwear in my hand, and I'm walking through my apartment complex, and then like not even really looking, I type the code into the door and I swing the door open, and then there's 2 people in the laundry unit, and I'm just standing there with children's underwear in my hand, and I was like unsure what to do, so I like really quickly balled it up. And then I fake looked at a dryer and I went, I got a little bit more time left. And a dryer that wasn't on, by the way.
Yeah.
And then walked out and walked to the dumpster and threw them away. And I was like, why does this make me so uncomfortable? I didn't do anything.
What did the people look like who were in the laundry room?
You know what they looked like.
Yeah.
I live on Riverside. All of my neighbors are Mexicans.
Hey, yo.
And I love that. I love that. But they are, almost every neighbor I have is Mexican.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. Honestly, they're quieter than you would think. They really are.
Yeah, they probably just mind their own business.
Well,
Yeah.
right now.
But
Right
yeah,
now.
right.
Right
It's
now.
been really quiet at my apartment complex lately.
Right now, they're getting Anne Frank quiet. Anna Franca.
They like it's like the Tarantino, like the guy that's like the Jew hunter, but he's just like going in, he's like fabuloso.
Yeah.
He's like, I know there's Mexicans in here somewhere. You cleaned these floors with fabuloso, didn't you?
That situation made me think about you though, Josh, because I was thinking like I am like a very not normal, meaning you're abnormal, but like my anxieties and like the stories I make up in my head are usually fairly normal. Whereas like I've seen what your brain does with things, and I still got anxiety. I like it. Yes, continue. I was thinking about you, and I was like, I would love to drop Josh in a simulation where he dumps his clothes out on the bed and there's a pair of children's panties in there, and see how he handles that.
Yeah.
I love thinking about you being in the military because, like, through and through, your personality is like nebbishy Jewish filmmaker. Like that's really who you are. But you were like, I just picture you in the tank. Like it's a bit. I'm getting a bit claustrophobic in here. The noise of the missiles is just, you know, it's.
Do we have to bomb them?
I mean, it's a bit hot over here. Like, whose idea was Kuwait? I mean, it's awful.
Yeah.
The glasses really don't help him in that.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that about you.
I like the glasses on you. I do think you could pick cooler ones if you want to be a cool guy.
I can't do this.
Will
If I started doing...
Will you put these on so I can see what you look like in these? Because I think these were purchased for me, which was very kind, but I do think they are cool guy glasses sometimes.
Let's go.
Look at me.
Now you look like the director who made it. He's ready to diddle some kids, dude. No, you look good.
I don't know. Yeah.
You look good,
I
dude.
can't tell how
I like
you look.
this. I like this look.
Yeah, there you go.
Y'all trying to get some motherfucking poontang
Dude,
later?
really? So why did you? Was it a conscious decision to transition from full-on TikToker to your look that you got going on now?
Well, no, because what happened was I talked about it last week, but I've been going to the same barber for a couple of weeks now, and then he had me wait 30 minutes. Yeah, I had an appointment at 11 a.m. and I had something to do at 1.
Yeah.
And then it was 11:30 and he still hadn't checked me in. And the last time I went to him, he's a Mexican dude, so he told me I would look good with not a Mexican taper, a low taper with like a low fade, a taper with a low fade. And
can I tell you something? He told you that you would look good with the haircut that he thinks is the easiest and best of his to do.
You think so?
100%.
Wow.
yeah, probably. And then it grew out crazy. I looked like I had a bowl cut.
Yeah.
And then last night, Ariel's mom did this in the kitchen.
Did your hair?
Yeah, because it was not that bad. She used to be a hairdresser, so it wasn't that bad.
But those Greek girls have fucked your hair up one more
Really?
time. I mean, a couple times they've
yeah,
Really?
I used to try to save money and be like, Ariel, just cut my hair.
He used to try to save $20 a month by having.
That's like almost that's half of a container of bucked up, dude.
Okay, if you think about
You got to
it
think
like
of currency like that.
Yeah.
How much deer antler per USD?
Do you guys think of money like that? Like when somebody goes, if you didn't buy coffee out, you would save $1,500
No.
a year. I don't think about that. That kind of money doesn't exist to me.
No, I like it. I like
I
buying my
like
coffee.
buying coffee.
No,
I
what-
want to spend $5 a day. It's not $5 a day on coffee. I don't care what you say. It's not $1,500 a year to me.
Dude, I also had so many years of my life where I was like, if I was better with my money, I would still be poor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
make
yeah.
so little money that the difference between $6,000 and $1,000 of net worth is really
Who cares?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's inconsequential.
Yeah.
So I might as well buy the coffee and the beer.
You know what?
$1,500 over the course of a year, even for a poor person, is not that much.
This is what I'm saying.
It's like, who gives
I
a
might as well
shit?
spend it.
Yeah. Okay,
also
my bad.
just having, even when I had good money coming in, I still felt poor. Like I'll never not feel poor. I don't think.
Are you
Well,
bad with money?
I'm not
rich.
bad with money, but like I'm just like not.
good.
No, I just don't feel. I just never feel like it's. I always feel like any money I get's gonna go away.
Okay.
Like I had like that writing gig, and I was like, nice, this
I mean,
is sick.
that is
And then it just went
literally
away.
the way money
Well,
works. for
right?
the
Yeah.
most
So
part.
I just always feel like I don't even feel safe when I feel safe.
I got you.
I'm
See,
always
now
like
this
that'll-
might be a deeper thing.
Well, it's always like I feel like it always will go away. It's like if this podcast like let's say overnight, let's say this episode specifically gets 350,000 views, and we start making like, dude, if we start making like $10,000-$20,000 an episode with ads and whatever, and like people start sponsoring it and da 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 da. I would not spend a single dollar that I got from that. I would live the way that I'm living because I would go,
Well, that's really smart.
well, I would just go like, this is going to go away. I would never enjoy it. That's
See,
what I
I
mean.
think
I
that
can
that's
never enjoy
stupid.
it though. I can never enjoy anything.
I think the idea that we should be stockpiling for the end of our lives as if it's like a fact that we're going to make it there is so stupid.
I agree.
It makes
I agree.
no sense. I don't like. Do I think that if we got successful overnight, you should immediately buy like a brand new fucking Lambo? Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
but
I think
a
that would be
Hellcat,
stupid.
boy.
The reason we feel this way, normal people plan to have like wives and kids and families, and we don't know. We know
They-
very few people that plan like
They
that.
also have
Yeah.
a job. They also have a job where they go, when I'm 55, I can retire from this job.
Yeah.
Like whereas like for us, there's not a retirement, there's not a 401k that we're putting into. We're just kind of like, hope this works out
Yeah, but dude,
eventually.
there's so many people doing stand up right now. It's going to be so sad and pathetic when we're all in our 60s.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
Is there anything lamer than a comedian in his 60s? It's been cool like 3 times in history.
Yeah.
Like Norm Macdonald, it's
Yes,
so
yeah.
lame.
Rodney Dangerfield,
dude.
Norm Macdonald.
Like, yeah, like the greatest
that's it.
comics ever.
Oh
dude.
yeah, that's it.
But it gets
You never
so
hear about Johnny
lame.
Screwball.
No, dude. It gets so lame.
Yeah, I think at that point you kind of just have to like, you just have to be the guy who like sits back. If you were successful enough, you enjoy your riches.
Yeah.
And you go do a spot at whatever club you're around
Yeah.
every once in a while. No one records it.
No.
You might bomb, whatever.
Yeah.
You just scratch the itch just enough and you just enjoy your life.
get to- yeah.
Imagine a 65-year-old comedian being like, listen, guys, I don't know about you, but this is my take on like that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that sucks.
That's dude. There's gonna be 65-year-olds doing front-facing videos.
There
and
probably
man,
are
they're
right
Probably
now.
definitely are right now. 100%.
oh.
There's some guy who's been doing comedy for 2 years. He lives in Oregon. He's 66. His family left him 20 years ago, and he
Yeah.
he got fired as a mailman because he got a DUI, lost his license, couldn't be a fucking mailman anymore.
Yeah.
They all left, and now he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do open mics, and then
Yeah.
he's been doing that for 2 years. And now he's probably watching people get successful off these front-facing videos, but he just doesn't know how to be relatable.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? He's like talking about like whatever. He's like talking about like health insurance. He's like, hey, you guys, what's going on with the health insurance prices in America? And
Bro.
you're like, this is not for anybody.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
everybody who's like 66 is on Medicaid. You're fucking
Bro.
You
I
fucked
don't know.
up.
There's some
There-
geezers on TikTok.
there-
My mom's
yeah,
on TikTok.
dude, I-
She's
My
on-
mom, dude, she sends me.
She makes videos?
No.
Oh, okay.
But she uses it, and she sends me like the least funny gay guys of all time. It's like that's what she finds funny, are like just the most irritating, annoying gay guys on TikTok, and just like, oh my god, this is so funny.
It is insane how different. Cam Patterson sends me TikToks all the time.
Those have to be
We
great.
could not be on more different algorithms than. I mean, it's the videos he sent me. I've never even scratched the surface of seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just be like inspirational videos. told in a comedic way from like a black guy with gold teeth who's like 18.
Oh, that's fun.
Like that kind of shit. It's very, very fun. I saw a guy, speaking of geezers on TikTok, I saw a guy who has been doing these videos where he like kind of just sets his phone up and like does his stand up, like a joke.
Yeah.
In front of nobody with nobody around and it came up on my feed, and then I commented, I was like, fuck yeah. Like, and it was like, I mean, the guy's obviously brand new at comedy and he's like 55 years old.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me like 3 or 4 times. It was like, thank you so much for the comment and the like. I love your stuff. If you ever want to share one of my videos. And it's like, I started to feel bad too. And I hope he doesn't watch this, but I started to feel bad because I was like, I was fucking around.
Yeah.
My fuck yeah was very ironic. My fuck yeah wasn't like, fuck yeah, this is a great joke. It was like, fuck yeah, this is the content I want to see.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I gotta find it. It's awesome.
Did you see the Carl Anthony Towns mashup?
So
There's a Carl
funny,
Anthony
dude.
Towns
Oh, for
highlight reel
sure.
set to an Ice Spice song. Yeah. Like the intro is all the time she's been zesty on podcasts.
Dude,
and
so
he's
funny.
like,
It's
oh,
my
for
favorite.
sure.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And then it's just a song about
Oh
Ice
my
Spice. Talk about her
God.
I don't
pussy.
think you should be able to be that big and be that gay.
I like it, dude. I love that.
I love it.
I think
Yeah.
there's a height limit on gay.
I like, you have to think about this. No, but actually it's the opposite, because think about how big and how good of an athlete he has to be surrounded by black dudes
That's true.
and be that zesty and nobody says or does it. You got to be
That's
able
all
to
NBA
grab
confidence,
you
yeah.
got to be able to grab a board if you're going to be like
Yeah.
that in a locker room full of black dudes.
That's
True.
Supermax contract confidence to be that gay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In an NBA locker room.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's.
this is the guy.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh my god. He
I'll
looks.
show
nice.
you guys after.
He looks like a
He's-
nice
he's-
guy.
He's the nicest guy
He
in
looks
the
like
world.
he drives like an Escalade, like a
He's-
white Escalade.
He's super nice
Just like a
and
beat up fucking.
oh, he's got some new ones. I'll watch those later.
I feel like most white guys I know, their algorithms are becoming, it's like edgy jokes that are slowly transitioning into white supremacist algorithms.
I
Classic.
think that might be true.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're really. My friends and I have sent each other enough 9/11 jokes where my Twitter is just like white nationalist Twitter, and I'm like, I got to reset this out.
Yeah. I gotta start.
Yeah.
Dude, I always think it's funny on TikTok too because you'll be scrolling and then you forget that there's that thing on the far left. It's like STEM. Like you can watch like science, technology,
Technology.
engineering, and mathematics, and it's like, no, I'm
Who
gonna
the
watch
fuck-
Latinas
who
twerk.
the-
What are we
Yeah.
talking
Who
about,
the
dude?
fuck is that for?
Who is watching- who's
what
going, like-
self-righteous piece of shit is like, I can't wait to get on TikTok and go to the STEM
Yeah, I
folder.
can't-
Like,
I can't-
fuck you.
No,
No, you're
wha-
not. That's literally just them creating that so that we can feel like we're competing with China.
Yeah, dude,
Yes.
I'm just trying to watch people shake ass in McDonald's. What are we?
Yes.
I'm not gonna fucking.
Which is
sit
what
and watch-
this country's about, dude.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
not
we're
about
not
fucking
a,
STEM
yeah,
research.
we're not a fucking. What are we? We're not gonna watch
Well,
fucking.
let
Yeah.
the nerds and the autists do that.
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
watch old white guys bomb in front of nobody.
Yeah, I want
dude,
to see
I wanna-
a Waffle House brawl where titty falls out.
I
Dude,
wanna-
I want to lose titty in a Waffle House.
Yeah.
I want to watch James Harden highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want. You know.
I don't want to fucking be like, well, the Pythagorean theorem is actually kind of wrong if you think about it. And it's like, oh my god,
I've never used the Pythagorean theorem once in my adult life. I don't need to know it.
Dude, my girlfriend's part Filipino, and she gets kind of Asian TikTok sometimes. On her TikTok's it's an eclectic mix, and sometimes she gets like full on Chinese TikToks. Dude, it's just them organizing things. It's so funny. It's just like an adorable Chinese couple showing all the compartments they have for their different things in their house. So showing like Tupperware that sits in a Tupperware container that sits in a container of the Tupperware containers. It's like one of those Russian dolls, but just for organization. It's so Asian. It's amazing.
I can imagine that they love it. Too.
Yeah, dude.
They're
It's
so
like they're
on
like
top of
they're like
shit.
folding their shirts perfectly and then vacuum sealing them and then putting them in a plastic container and then putting them in a dresser.
dude.
It's great.
I don't like that.
Yeah, but that's the dude. They're the master race.
No,
Asians.
I don't disagree. I think that if we have to go to a war with people who are that organized, I think we might be in trouble.
We're
Josh
fucked,
thinks
dude.
we're gonna.
I think we would dominate.
Yeah, no, we're probably gonna fuck them up.
We would. You think that guy? Imagine brawling. Imagine that guy who is vacuum sealing his tightly folded shirt versus like a fucking cornbread retard from Iowa, dude. He's gonna maul him.
Well, the only thing we've done right in this
We're not
country the
doing
last
cage matches during war. Like, it's
I
not-
think modern war is gonna be that, dude. It's trenches now. It's technology and trenches. That's the only thing that's happening.
well, the only thing we've
well,
done
if
properly.
it's technology, I think the Chinese might
no,
have
no,
us.
no, not at all. We have the best. We have cutting
We got
edge
DARPA.
military,
Dude,
dude.
I love getting him going on this
No,
because
we got
Because
DARPA.
people think that the Chinese government's like, dude, they can't even feed everybody. We're fucking, we can have stealth bombers go undetected and nuke that fucking place.
we
and-
also can't feed anybody. But like we,
Yeah, I
I think
was
what we
about
No,
to-
no.
We cannot feed
are,
everybody.
Dude, we are way better. It would be
I think-
not even close. I
I
don't
will
think.
say I think that you're right because the only thing we've done properly in this country the last like 50 years is prepare for World War III.
Yeah.
Like all we've done every year is dump $800 billion into the military for a bunch of like tanks and
Yeah.
stealth bombers just sit in a field somewhere.
Dude, I would go back.
Yeah, yeah. you would sign back up.
Depending on who we go against.
I was reading about those
I-
B-52s.
Yeah.
Because if we attack Iran and we try to attack that nuclear base, it's buried inside a mountain. So the only thing that can get it is those B-52s because they drop 30,000-pound bombs.
Yes.
Those things are fucking nuts.
It's crazy.
It's insane those exist.
It's the things that you see too. This is such a stupid. This is like such a dude brain take, but it's like that's also the stuff that they show you.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that they have that like you not even like my buddy's like a Delta guy, so he's like the top tier of the top tier. He's like a sniper with them, dude. He'll show me some of the gear that he does on. He was in Iraq like 6 months ago. His kit's fucking
we're
crazy.
still there.
Yeah, he's got a yeah.
6 months ago feels really recent. I didn't know we were still fucking around there.
No, dude. We never leave.
You never leave. You occupy
No war
to
ever
some
ends.
degree. Yeah.
There's some guys in Gettysburg with muskets right now.
You know how like they say Gettysburg's haunted?
No.
You never heard of that?
No.
It's supposed to be like one of the most haunted places in America.
Really?
Gettysburg, yeah.
Nice.
So it's just a bunch of like fucking old Confederate soldiers walking around, which is like gotta be a horrible haunting.
Yeah.
Just racist people
Yeah.
haunting you.
Just just a fucking mouthful of chew.
Yeah.
What are you doing here, boy?
There's colored people in the general store.
Some dude who's got just like an unfathomable job to like a Confederate soldier.
Yeah.
The guy's, what are you doing here? And he's like, I mean, I work at a tech company nearby. He's like a black guy who works at a tech company. He's like, oh, they're doing magic. He's sending signals to space.
Just a ghost calling the cops on a guy cooking in his front yard.
He's got a barbecue. He's got a weapon out there. It's just like tongs. Dude, if Ghost got a hold of 911, if Confederate Ghost got a hold of a cell phone, and you'd call 911 on everything.
This is a real problem.
There's a rigmarole going on.
It's so funny to ask. What were you going to say?
Would you, if we went to World War III and they started drafting people, would you go?
100% no.
Zero
Absolutely
chance.
not.
Zero chance I'm getting drafted. And even if they do, make me.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm not going.
I'll shave my head right
you're
now,
going.
dude.
Josh is
I'm looking for a reason to
the
go back.
number one. I mean, when they design military propaganda,
Yeah,
they do it based on do it based on Josh Francis.
Yeah.
like
No part of you goes like, I'm not fighting a war for Israel. Like you don't. Or do you just go,
I don't have a
stars,
thought
full
pro-
stars and bars?
Brother, I don't have a thought process.
Okay, gotcha.
When
So-
it comes to this fucking country,
Nailed it. Okay,
See,
nice,
that's
cool.
it right there.
Yeah,
dude,
that's perfect.
I think that I would go back. They wouldn't even need to, if
You would enlist. You wouldn't even need to be drafted.
If they started the draft and they went, we really need, if it was, especially, I don't think this would ever happen, but if it ever hits the home front, if it's ever like they're trying to come in here, I'm gonna fucking lead a battalion, dude.
Yeah.
I would commission myself as an officer,
Dude, I'm kidding. Dude.
and I would.
Doesn't sound like something you can do.
I
I don't know.
100%.
I don't know.
I would self-appoint it, dude. I would start the boys up.
Dude.
The good girl. The
Wait,
good
but
girl.
wait,
mentality.
You're
wait.
so right about the military propaganda, by the way. Dude, all these military podcasts where these guys are like, we need to fight for our freedom. This is the greatest country in the world. You know he's just a Mossad agent. Like, you know, as soon as the camera shuts off, he's like, that was exhausting.
Yeah. He's just an agent of Israel.
Oh,
yeah.
how long do I have to grow this beard out? I mean, the steroids are giving me acne on my back.
workouts are
I mean,
getting
enough with the
exhausting.
red meat. It's clogging up my digestion.
Waking up at 4 a.m. is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm working out. I'm doing
Yeah.
black and white photos at
All
3
just to get Josh to re-enlist in the
Yeah.
military.
Also, though, Josh is like, I'm gonna form a battalion. We are who you know. Who are you getting?
You guys?
Yeah, I'm not coming with you.
Dude, if they're invading,
I have plantar fasciitis. I'm not going to
Dude,
war,
if-
brother.
dude, if they-
My feet hurt.
if they invade,
They're not invading.
I
They're
know,
not
I know.
If they
In this
invade, I'm
fantasy-
coming to Black Rabbit.
Dude,
That's
this is
where
the bunker.
I'm hiding in the bunker.
Yeah, I'm
here.
hiding at the creek with the Guatemalans.
And we can. The creek is gonna be. That's gonna be their first stop, dude.
Dude,
They're gonna be like, those are the easiest targets out
Yeah.
on that patio. They're gonna
The
be
creatures of
defenseless and blackout drunk. We're gonna get them
the
there.
creatures of the night.
Yeah.
No, I think that this is the war room. I come down here, I listen to Tumaza, and I start fucking cooking. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm setting up ambushes. Dude, we'll fucking set up choke points.
What the fuck?
Dude, we trick them.
What's
Maybe
a choke?
so we-
What's a choke point?
Like we funnel them into something. Like we put them in like a kill zone. Like
Okay,
we
gotcha.
so it's like we you know
You get them all to dirty six. Then
yeah
you
you
bomb
get yeah.
dirty six.
What you do is we funnel them in. You know we because these are the thing that people underestimate. We're gonna be going to war with Chinese dudes. They're incels.
Wow.
They're
That's
incels.
a crazy take.
No, they are.
They're the most populated country, one of the most populated countries in
Yeah.
the world. They can't be
That was such
incels.
a hard left turn.
No,
That is not what I expected you to
they're
say.
incels.
Okay.
No, because they did the one child act and then they were getting rid of the lady babies.
Okay, so the Chinese guys who get no pussy.
They're getting no pussy.
Okay.
We funnel them in. We go ladies' night at the creek in the cave. Nothing but there's 3 shows, all female, all lady comics come to it, and they're like we have them bark. These
Who are
Chinese,
you booking?
I'm
No,
booking.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm
Actually.
booking dude. Ariel can do a tight 5. She'll
Yeah.
open
No,
the show up.
They're gonna have to bomb. They're gonna have to die. Though.
AK-47. Da, 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 da.
Ariel would not be capable of such bravery.
I actually sometimes
the home
I
front.
actually panic about if there's a war, what I would have to do with my lady.
What do you mean?
Because
you think there would be a war here?
if I don't think that would ever happen, but I'm saying if it did, the biggest liability would be in my own home. Like I would give her I would be like, here's a pistol. Your only job tonight is if somebody comes through that door, you would shoot it. Like
Yeah.
you
She's gonna shoot you when
she
you
would,
come
no,
home.
Yeah, she would be.
She would shoot
She
Jack
would-
coming
she's-
home
dude.
with a steak in the bag.
She's too sleepy, dude.
Yeah.
She would fall asleep. She can't even watch a fucking movie. She would fall asleep holding a gun, and then we would get slaughtered.
I think her anxiety would keep her awake, possibly.
Yeah, that's true. She
I
wouldn't
think-
eat for 4 days.
Yeah, she'd be famished. Yeah.
She already, because she's vegetarian and she doesn't
I
eat.
forgot about
She's
that.
vegetarian and you eat a pound of ground beef every day.
Yeah, dude, I'm
That's
fucking.
what a slap in the face.
Dude, I'm crushing ground beef and just nothing but I'm doing a pound of ground beef, 70-30, beef and rice. I'm getting fucking man tits.
You gotta
it's
cut
the
off the
year
seven.
70-30.
It's the year of the bull, dude. I'm fucking crushing.
I
meat.
didn't even know they made 70-30.
Yeah.
Like I didn't. They sell it in the grocery store.
Yeah, it's like $4.
I thought it was like
It's the
80-20.
cheapest shit.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
There's 80-20, but I don't have 80-20 money.
okay,
I got 70-30.
He doesn't have an extra $1.40. Are you out of your mind? He's
Yeah.
frugal.
So I'm fucking cooking
I
that
think
up.
you look better now than you did in the picture that I showed you,
Let's
where
go.
you were skinnier.
You look
but
bulky, dude.
you're
I think you
fit.
look bulky.
bulky.
I just got too much fat on me, dude.
Yeah,
you
but
cut it off and
honestly,
then you're gonna
though,
look sick.
but here's the thing, Josh.
Yes, if
Do
you
you
look
want to be the jacked fucking comic?
No, but I just don't want to be the fat
Yeah,
comic.
but do you
You're
know how
not
hard
the
it-
fat.
Yeah.
Are you? Have you ever? Speaking of the creek and the cave, I mean, the fattest people in the world live there.
Yeah.
You are not a fat by comic by normal people standards. You're not a fat guy. By comic standards, you're like a bodybuilder.
No, if you sent someone a picture of the creek and the cave and said, "What do you think this is?" They'd be like, "The smoking patio at Epcot."
Yeah,
Like, it's like
Yeah.
the fattest people in the fucking world.
exactly. They'd be like, they would be like,
They'd be like, "Is that a bar at Six Flags?"
yeah. They'd be like, holy shit, is this a cruise?
Yeah.
It's the patio of a Carnival cruise ship.
This is a cruise.
It's like a singles only cruise is what it looks like.
But nothing but gross
This
men,
is a
dude.
cruise. No, you're not gonna be the fat comic. I think you'd have to get so big to be the jack comic.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
Severin is, dude. You ever look at Severin?
Severin's
Dude,
Severin's
Severin has to be the
absolutely
most
massive.
jacked comic.
No, you ever met Nick Simmons?
Yeah, but I think Severin's bigger than him.
No, Nick is huge.
Yeah, but Severin's like 6'4", and he played like college football. Like
True.
that's and, like what's his face? Corey Knox.
Yeah.
Corey's also-
Severin looks more manly than Nick. Like he looks like a fucking G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
Severin looks
Severin is
like a
like,
G.I.
dude.
Joe.
Severin
But
looks
Nick's
like
huge.
Severin is what guys want to look like, though.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Some
Men
guys.
want to look at like when men want to be
these are
6'3" and
overgeneralization.
jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to look like Corey Knox.
I would love to look like Corey Knox. I'd love to have the body of Severin, not the face necessarily.
I've never
I think my
wanted-
face on a jacked body would be sick.
Dude, we got
I've literally never
huge,
wanted to be jacked. Never once in my
Really?
life have I ever wanted to
That's
be
low
jacked.
T. That's got to be low T,
That's
dude.
low T
I
behavior.
trust
You
me.
gotta have low T
Trust
or
me,
something.
it ain't low T, boys.
That's low T behavior.
It's gotta
dude.
be low
You don't
T.
want to be
That's-
jacked. Every
no.
guy wants to
Everybody
be jacked.
get- every guy
wanna
wants to be jacked.
I don't want to
What
be
do you want to look
jacked.
like, or do you just not think about it?
I don't really think that much about it. Like
That's a hot guy privilege.
That's true.
You are so like your face does enough of the carrying.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if I was,
Every short guy wants to look like Mark Wahlberg.
yes, yes,
We have to.
you have to. That's
Yeah.
your goal.
Yeah, it's just to be
Matt's,
beefed up.
Matt, your height and your face carries the ability to want to be
Man,
jacked.
to be that tall.
I don't know. This might be a hot take, but I don't think that women I don't think a majority of women actually want like a really jacked dude.
But like a kind of jack dude that even just look like Corey
Like a
Knox is
fit
next to
dude.
impossible.
Yeah.
And that's good to.
Yeah,
that would be
Corey
fun.
Knox is a great like standard.
Dude, you
to
want to hear
have.
something hilarious? We got in a huge argument on the podcast, me and Christoph, about like we were trying to think about who's like a hot guy, like a handsome dude that we know. And I said Corey Knox, and he said CJ Landry. And we got in the, it was as close to gay as I've ever been. I was like, CJ, are you fucking stupid? I was like, Corey's beautiful, dude. I was like fully furious.
I don't think CJ's ugly by any means.
No, CJ's a good looking
But
I
guy.
don't
it is a
think-
funny take.
It's the craziest to go. CJ Landry's hot.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
I was like, Corey's a football player. What are you
Well,
talking
yeah,
about?
I hope you guys look these people up.
CJ's great. He's no Lucas McCrary.
No.
Let's be honest about
Dude,
that.
he's got a thing with Lucas.
Lucas
bro.
is the hottest comic in Austin.
That's
That's-
as crazy as the
that's a
TJ take.
crazy
That's an
take.
insane. I love
Yeah.
Lucas. I don't think he's a bad looking guy, but that's also insane. What are you talking
You guys
about?
are fucking gay.
See, now we're finding out who our types are.
Yeah, he
If
wants.
we were gay.
And
Yeah, you want a
soft
little
man.
twink boy though.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want a
No,
twink.
no. I think
Yeah,
Lucas.
you don't
Lucas
think-
is jacked.
Lucas
he's cut.
is not
He's cut.
jacked.
He's cut.
Lucas is skinny jacked. I see Lucas at the gym all the time. He goes hard. If you get a squeeze on his arm, he is low key. He is
He's
low
pretty
key
cut
fit.
up.
But he's got twink body, dude. He's got twink frame.
What do
Yeah,
you
but
want?
you
though?
want to look like that?
No, I don't want to look like that.
Okay.
No.
Well,
But you
you're asking what I want,
That's
which is
crazy.
actually a different question, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to go based objective off like attractiveness just in general. It's not what I want, which is funny that you word it that way. You're like, I want Luke.
Yeah.
You're like, I
do.
want what Lucas has. I want a boy with long hair and skinny features.
I
That's-
bet Lucas. I mean, no, I'm not going to say this on the
No,
pod.
say it.
He probably dogs him out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does.
This
Lucas
is also
crushes,
like
man.
this is
That's
just
for
proving
sure.
how straight you are. This is honestly a hetero argument because you just picked the guy that looks most like a girl
Yeah, that's true.
when we were talking
True.
about hot guys.
That is
which
true.
makes you straight.
You picked a
straight.
I
really
picked Cole. I
manly
picked
guy.
a really manly. I'm going the other
You were
direction.
like, he was a football player.
He could survive in the wilderness.
I'm going full gay.
That's funny though.
What do you? What? One second, because okay. Let's get back to a couple of things.
Well, you think women don't care about you being? I think women like when dudes are in great shape, but it's not necessary whatsoever.
I
it's,
think there's a difference between being in great shape and being like a jacked guy, though.
Yeah, but how jacked, dude?
Like Severin is jacked. Severin is big. He's bulbous, is the way I would word his body,
He
right?
is. Yeah, he's yes.
Whereas like you could be like fit and be strong and have muscles when you're flexing, but in a shirt and in a normal outfit, you don't look like, oh, look at that fucking jacked guy. Like Dan P is a great example. Dan Piatetsky.
Yeah.
first off, we also go to the same gym. He works out hard as fuck, and he's low key shredded.
Yeah, but I
But
think,
you don't know that when you see him.
Yeah, but
He's
you're gonna
just
get
in
way
shape.
more chicks if they can see the muscles, dude.
Yeah.
See, but
He's not
that's
getting
the
the
thing
benefit
is,
of
I
it.
actually don't think that women love like a fucking
Athletes
muscular
I think
built
they
guy.
like it,
I
but
think
I
they
don't.
for sure-
I think they do like it. I think their lizard brains like it. I just don't think it's necessary. I think you could like, dude, you could be a fat guy and fuck super hot chicks. I'm fully
For
convinced
sure,
of that.
for sure, for
I've
sure.
met funny fat guys that bang.
I
hot
mean,
girls.
Stavros is the greatest example.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
But there's-
crushes.
But then guys will be like, because then the incel community will go, he's famous, he's rich, blah, blah, blah. I've met plenty of not famous, not rich, just utterly unsuccessful, out of shape men. Just total
Just
duds.
good hangs.
Just like
who are
poor
banging hot
fatties who are
ladies.
like a great head.
Dude, who are just like, yeah, exactly. They're just a great hang, poor
Yeah.
fatty who's fun to hang with, and they'll
Yeah.
get laid. I met a bunch of guys.
I think that ladies. I think that I don't know. I think ladies.
I'm proving your point.
Well, I don't. But I also think that there's just no way it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Not with everybody. I just don't think, dude.
If a girl's like, you know what it is, I don't disagree but I also think that if a lady's like, I just don't want him to be muscular. It's like, well, what is she? What are her features? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard it come from some pretty attractive
And-
women. You know what I've heard is
Are they saying this
like
to you?
a jacked. I've directly heard this from women. Yes,
But you're also
no.
6'6" and
But it's
handsome
not
in the
about me.
face.
I'm 6'4" and handsome, but not about me. It's not about me. They're just
6'4".
saying
Can you
it
imagine?
in
6'4" and
general.
handsome,
You know
dude.
what I hear is people who are shredded aren't fun to cuddle with. A lot of sharp edges, and I could see that. I'm not
That
really
sounds
a cuddler.
like a big girl take.
Yeah.
Like I don't even want one of those guys.
No,
They're
because
like,
a big girl, if you're soft, the sharp edges don't
Well,
hurt.
women don't like. Here's what I.
I don't know what ladies look like.
know.
Look at what I look like.
I know.
Yeah, you guys have both. It's also funny because you guys have both been in relationships for like years now.
I can tell you what my girlfriend says
I've
about
been-
this.
I've
I
been in
only
the
know what
trenches.
she thinks. She likes a bulkier guy. She doesn't like the skinny ripped. She
Yeah.
doesn't like the
so
shredded.
your girl
toned
is
look.
safe from Lucas McCrary.
She would not like that. No.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
would like a Corey,
Corey
Knox.
Knox.
build.
Corey Knox was.
She likes a buff.
That's
she
why
likes
you,
a beefcake.
and that's why your attraction is towards Corey.
Yeah.
If there's a subconscious thing that
Yes,
you
you're
fear
right.
him,
dude.
you
She
fear him.
likes a beefcake. She told me she thinks Rogan is attractive.
That
okay.
would.
He's a big boy.
I think
dude.
that would
I mean, he's a
upset
little
me.
guy.
No,
but
I
he's
feel like he
huge.
used to be hot.
Yeah, no, yeah. When
Have
he
you
was-
ever seen his old photos?
He's a
He used to be
handsome guy.
hot.
I don't know,
But
man.
my lady doesn't like the shredded look. She thinks that's dudes doing that for other dudes. They're
It
like
is.
diced.
It is.
Diced up.
100%.
I've heard that take. I just don't. I just think that's wrong because it's like I don't.
Is that not the
Let me
funniest
see.
picture in the world? Is that not the funniest picture you've ever
craziest.
seen?
Crazy.
I'm not gonna show anybody, but it's,
That's crazy.
I
front
saw
page.
that, by the way.
That it went low key. Like I don't want to say whatever. It's a picture of Rogan on stage that the Mothership put out. But yeah, I looked at it and it had way more likes than a lot of the other posts. And then I looked and it must have like gone viral on the Explore page because all of the comments are like mean.
Yeah.
And you people who follow the Mothership page and would see it naturally wouldn't comment mean stuff. But
he's a handsome
yeah,
guy.
I guess I can
Look at
see
him.
that.
Look
Look
at
at that
young-
guy.
young
Yeah,
Look
Rogan,
at that
yeah,
guy.
he's a good
Look
looking
at that.
guy.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
ain't
he
bad.
literally is a handsome dude. I think that.
Dude, he looks like
That's
so
a
many.
hot guy.
Yeah, that's what
That is
I
a hot
mean.
guy.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's
he
hot.
looks like so many guys I grew up with. This is just a very like Italian young,
Yeah.
like Italian bro look.
That was also though. That
I
was
think
also
it, like-
30 years ago.
yeah.
But even now, for like a 50-year-old man, he's like hot. Like I don't know what else you would want from a 50-year-old guy. He's like jacked and like fucking in shape. It's like what else do you want? Would you
Yeah,
want?
I
You
mean-
want to be 50 with like a beer belly and like a receding hairline and
No,
like
but
gross.
there is room in between.
But my girlfriend said she would if I was like jacked up her body with a big pot belly, she thinks that's better looking than the like super skinny diced like lightweight boxer look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Girls want something to hold on to. I just don't know about.
About
I
all
think
this.
that it could only be. I think that I mean I don't know. I would want if there was a middle ground. I just want to be. I want to be jacked. I just
jacked
will
would be
never. I
fine,
will
dude.
just never get there because I don't have the discipline. I would love to look like that when I'm 50. If I look like that when I'm 50, I'll be stoked. In reality, I'm gonna look like fucking like. I mean, I don't even know. I'll have like a Ricky Gervais body.
Yeah.
I would just like
That's not. You know what? If that's where I'm at, that's fine.
That's
with me.
fine.
That's fine.
That's
with me.
that's really not that bad
No.
overall. Because there are some
I just
absolute
can't.
dogs.
I mean, you don't want to. You've never once wanted to be jacked, even when you were playing sports.
No.
That's got to be the height, right?
But basketball players aren't really jacked.
No,
Yeah, that's what it
Especially
is.
not like high
Jack,
school.
bro.
Yeah, like because in football I was so like I want to be a fucking linebacker.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
always wanted to
see,
be like a
I-
fucking linebacker. I was never frank.
Basketball's a very pretty game. It's about finesse. It's
Yeah.
it's a
You ain't
touch-based
gotta have
game.
muscle to have a little.
Yeah. The wrist. It's all about the
You know,
wrist.
When
You gotta,
KD
I
got
got
in the
the
league,
wrist.
That's
when
probably-
KD got in the league, he was a skeleton.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
was balling, dude. Chet Holmgren right now.
Luca's
Yeah.
actively fat.
Luca's fat.
Luka
and he's
is fat.
balling. You don't have to be ripped
And
to be
that's-
a baller.
I love
and
Luca.
that's
And
what
that's-
that's the core of it.
that's what this
He
is.
grew up playing basketball.
I grew
Those
up
were
as
his
a
idols.
baller. You don't have to be a fucking.
Mine were like I was just watching like Jake Gyllenhaal and Jarhead being cut up, running shirtless. And I went,
Yeah.
that's what I want to fucking look like.
More propaganda for old Joshy boy. Even though that movie is actually not propaganda. That
No,
movie
it's
is-
every Jarhead and Full Metal Jacket, both anti-war films, both wanted me
Bro.
make me want to join the Marines.
Dude, Luca fucking rules. The Mavericks traded him because they didn't want to give him a max contract, and it was just because he was fat from drinking. And they were really pissed about his drinking. It's so fucking funny to drink your way out of a $400 million contract. You're like, I won't stop slugging beers.
really.
I love
That's
the Bruce.
awesome.
What's
And
his
he's-
contract with
he's
the
also a
Lakers right
baller,
now?
though.
They're gonna give him a huge one.
Yeah.
but like
Because
the
LeBron's
Mavs,
on the way out.
Yeah, I mean he's amazing. But the reason
Yeah.
the Mavs didn't want to pay him was because, and they said it was mostly his boozing. He loves to just like put him
Now,
back.
I've heard that there's a conspiracy with that whole trade where the people that Mark Cuban sold the team to, are owners of casinos in Las Vegas,
And they wanna move the team.
They want to move the team, and I forget now if anybody knows. I forget now why getting rid of Luka makes that more possible. But do
Well,
you
if
know,
you just tank
Josh?
the-
You're saying you look like you know.
Well, they got the #1 draft pick, and their chances of getting that was less than 2%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was,
So
it was like a 1.8%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people who
There's-
bet the
There's some conspiracies going on with the Mavs.
You Spurs fan, Kabaza?
He's got a Spurs hat on
sick.
right now.
I don't know.
That's
if-
sick.
I keep hoping we get Kevin Durant. I
Dude,
don't
if
know
you guys
we
get
do.
KD, you kidding me?
Fuck.
Fox,
KD.
Wemby, and KD?
Yeah.
I'm tuning in. I'm going to Spurs games.
That would be fun to watch. I don't
Dude,
like
we
KD,
should go
but-
to a fucking. Why haven't we ever went to like a game in Austin or near Austin?
I was going to go to a Spurs game, and then Wemby got hurt. And I was like, I'm going to see Wemby.
I went to a Spurs game in Austin last year.
Nice. At the Moody Center?
Yeah, him.
Sick.
It was Wemby versus Joker.
Oh, that's
That's a
fucking
good
fun.
It
fucking-
was sick.
yeah.
Joker shut. Wemby had like 9 points or something. It was
No
crazy. Like
way.
he got shut down. It was awesome though to watch. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
dude, I want to go. I want to start doing more fucking outings. We should fucking.
I want
We
to see
should
you.
hang out as friends.
yeah,
should hang out
we
as
should
friends.
hang out as friends. All we ever see
Chris
each other.
and
is
his girl have been
stand
going
up
to
and-
UT baseball games, and that looks real fun.
Yeah, that looks fun. They're like
A
blacking
li-
out at
a
black
live
baseball games.
baseball
That's sick.
game's awesome.
Yeah, baseball games
Dude,
are sick.
there's nothing better than like blacking out at a baseball game.
You know what's really fun? Softball games.
We
Really?
should start a soft. Well, we could never.
Dude, they love softball down
Bro.
here.
Yeah, well,
It's
in Oklahoma
crazy.
too. That's where they do the college softball World Series.
Oh, were you talking about like watching it, not playing?
Yeah.
Like, I thought you were talking about like beer leagues.
No, my shoulders are too bad to swing a bat. I can swing a golf club, and that's all about it. My shoulders are too banged up. And then I
Like
I
48
try-
ounces in your
I
hand.
try too hard, dude. Like last summer, Christina had these friends, and me and Laser went and played in like this Sandlot League baseball team.
Yeah.
Down in like San Marcos, and it was really fun. But like, you realize like the finesse that is involved in it. Like, dude, like I used to, like when I played baseball when I was young, I was like the only kid on the team who hit a home run. Like I was like
Yeah.
pretty good. And
Yeah.
then like I played first base.
Yeah, you could be a good
and
first
left
baseman.
field. And like I was like butchering plays. I was like popping balls up. I struck out once. Like it was
striking
like,
out in a beer league
it
is
was
crazy.
embarrassing,
So funny.
bro.
Striking out in a beer league is
To
awesome.
be fair though,
I
they,
watched, dude.
the bats were not long, and you know when
There's
you
a
swing,
drunk woman lobbing you the ball.
No,
Just
no, no, no,
whiffing
no,
it.
no. It was guys on the mound doing a full windup.
Okay.
They weren't throwing heat, but these balls were coming in at 70.
The only worst,
Really?
dude.
60 maybe. I'll say 60.
70s.
Dude, I went,
70s.
I went to my buddies. I went to a beer league game of my buddies, and I watched a dude hit a home run and then do like a.
That's
I
awesome.
was like, that's
so
nuts.
That rules.
To do like a cross after hitting
into
it.
that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you fucking, yeah.
Dude.
Cranked one out off of a fucking an accountant. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not nuts.
That I love that though. I'm into that. Give a little money.
Now-
Give a little Johnny Manziel. Are you? Do you still golf a lot?
Yeah.
My dad. I quit golfing because I'm too bad, and I was just like, I don't want to do something I suck this much at.
Noble.
I'm too old to do something that I'm this bad at.
Yeah.
But my dad's convincing me that I should try the Bryson swing, the single plane.
Well,
because
so this is, I don't want to get too nerdy. Technically, Bryson's swing is not a single plane, but I do think that it can help for sure.
He thinks that for shitty golfers that single plane's a good move. He said his game's gotten better where he doesn't embarrass himself anymore, and he shoots like a 92.
Yeah, single plane is basically you just swing back, and then you swing back exactly down the same line. It's very just kind of like that.
So what do you normally do?
Well, there's a lot to a golf swing. A lot of the times you would come up and then you're kind of dropping your hands here. So if you watch
your wrists
and then you're moving, you have to turn your wrists over.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
It's like
to have a nice golf swing is so hard because there's like 70 things you have to do simultaneously.
Yeah.
And if one of them is off a little bit, you could just shank it to the right. But my dad's saying you do the single plane.
Yeah, keep it in front of you.
Mitigating the risk.
For a lot of people playing golf, it's just, can I get the ball off of the ground and moving closer to the hole?
Can I get it straight?
Because you'd be shocked how many people cannot do that.
No.
Dude, you should see how bad Dean Stanfield is at golf. It's impressive how bad he is.
I bet I'm just as bad.
Listen to this. So he usually doesn't tee off with us. He won't hit driver. He'll just go to wherever my ball goes and play from there, which still takes him a lot. We were playing one day. We were at the first tee, and he was like, fuck it. First top, I'll try to hit the driver. He's on the tee box is like here. The sign is here that has like hole number 1. It has the yardage and stuff. We're going this way. He somehow manages to hit his drive backwards, hits that sign, and then it hits Begley in the shin. It's the most impressively bad golf I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's like, how did you hit it with the back of the driver head?
I still don't truly understand what happened.
Dude,
it was
backwards
crazy.
Is so
though.
funny.
It was truly crazy. But
yeah, that's, insane.
It's a tough sport. I think it's the hardest sport that there is. I really do.
Golf?
Yeah.
It's the most frustrating.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Well, we've had this conversation about what but they say hitting a baseball is the the hardest thing athletically you can do. Isn't that a thing that people say? Have you heard this?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like something Christoph would say. Christoph's a big baseball guy.
the idea of like an amateur who's never played baseball trying to hit a 95-mile-an-hour slider.
It's insane.
It's like you first off, it's a blink, and for the blink that you're comprehending, it looks like the ball's going to hit you.
Yeah, so you're scared.
I personally think it's in terms of positions, if you look at any sport, any position, I don't think there's anything harder than quarterback. Quarterback, yeah.
I think corner is also gotta be brutal.
Here's my argument. How many good corners are in the NFL? Probably 20, 25. At any time, there are 8 good QBs on the planet. College football's unwatchable to me. This is sacrilegious in Austin, but I think it sucks because everybody's so bad at QB that they just have to run the ball the entire game because the QBs are horrible. And in the NFL, so basically all of college sucks at quarterback. There might be one guy, maybe 2. And then the NFL, there's 8 good ones at any time. It must be impossible. Bro,
yeah.
Think about how many people suck at it. In the NFL, the starting QBs, 17 of them are kind of shitty.
That's actually, I've never thought of that. That is true.
Point,
starting NFL QBs.
Yeah.
Dude, Trevor Lawrence makes $55 million a year. He kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He's not that good. He's almost bad. He's this close to being bad.
He's one season away from everybody being he was a bust.
Dude, Josh Lamar, Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Hurts, fucking
and people
Jared
even say
Goff,
you can
Matt
even make
Stafford.
the argument that Hurts is not that great too.
Yes, and we'll even throw him in Jared Goff, Matt Stafford, Jaden Daniels. Dude, we're getting
and
thin.
Jaden Daniels had one.
That's one good season. But
he has one good season.
We'll put him in there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's 9 guys. I just named 9 guys.
I don't know, man. I don't disagree. If we're going position in all sports, that does take golf out of it because there's not necessarily there's not a position, but
yeah, CJ, Dak.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't even you get to 14. Dude, half of the starting QBs stink.
Dude, nothing is funnier than CJ Stroud sunning people after he's You know what I mean? He's been
Yeah.
in the league for 1 year extra than like he was like going up to Caleb Williams, be like, you just gotta stay consistent, man.
like,
Yo,
put
yeah.
his hand on his shoulder.
It'd be like
big
a
bro.
fucking open micer talking to a guy who just started, being like,
Yeah.
man, you gotta just stay in the pocket.
Yeah,
when you
There
do it."
are
open
a
mics.
million of those guys. I watched a person recently, I'll show you guys after, who posted a video that the video starts by them kind of like giving their credits as to like what they've done in comedy and like how they know it's hard starting out to like know what to do. And by the end of it, they're pitching their website where they offer a comedy class.
Dude,
Yeah.
have you seen the guy who does comedy breakdown videos?
I love it.
Oh my god, they are so fucking bad.
Josh,
It's
you know
gotta
what
be-
I'm talking about, don't you? It's
Yeah.
fucking embarrassing.
Dude, there's a guy.
Truly
The guy
embarrassing.
Josh is talking about. I know exactly. Dude, this guy
From New
breaks
York?
down stand up and tells you how to write jokes. It's about as bad as advice could be.
It's crazy.
I'm like the amount of horribly unfunny people. It's like, dude, just be funny or you're not funny.
yeah, it's either, if you can't just like make somebody laugh, like you probably
Dude, you do it long enough, and I'm
and
like, you're either being funny or you're not being funny.
And
I really don't think it
also,
matters.
it's like you can't. There's no way to do. You can't break down somebody like you could break down a Mark Norman joke and then break down a joke from Soder and then take somebody off the wall, kind of off the wall, like Colin Quinn. You're not going to be able to quantify those three people together. They're different things.
yeah.
You can't go.
Well,
Well, this setup is that
well,
it's like they're murdering. So who cares?
That's like a thing.
Dude, David Jolly has made me cry laughing, saying stuff like, "I want to fuck some alien midget pussy."
yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't
it's like you
teach
can't-
that
no,
in a
no.
YouTube
Yeah. No,
tutorial.
well, that's like
Right
a,
here, he says he pairs alien with midget and then adds pussy. Pussy's a funny word.
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah.
a-
Pussy is a
It's a
two-syllable word.
phrase.
It's 2 syllables. You want every punchline to be 2 or 1 syllable.
Yeah.
I was talking to Casey Rocket about this too because I was asking him
Great
about how,
fucking example.
Yeah, I was talking about him about like how he writes, and he's like, "Yeah, I just don't really." It's like he's like, "I just know how to," because it's like anything can be a punchline.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're like doing it the way that guy is doing it, which is like, you know, it was set up. You have to build tension and then release it with this, and then the punchline. You have to find a funny word. So talk about synonyms. Run through 1,000 words. Is peanut butter funnier than molasses? You'd have to find out. And it's like, Casey's like, a punchline could be a look, and it's like that's true. Like
Yeah.
the way you look at a car, that's a punchline.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that guy wouldn't be able to, like you said, quantifying it. It's like you can't fucking.
No, it's not a science.
It's not a science. It's like it's like intuition. You either are it or you're not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like horny.
And there's a lot of people who aren't it that won't fucking cut it out.
I really think it's like, dude, I really think it's like, yeah.
Hey,
used to think
hey,
they were-
cut it out. If you think,
Stop.
yeah.
I used to think they were ruining their lives, and now I'm like, what were they gonna do?
No, they're
anyway?
making their
Yeah.
lives better. People don't quit because it's like they end up being an adult and this is their only hobby.
These
they
guys don't have
They
a lot
didn't
of
join
other
it. They didn't
options.
join a softball league because
Yeah.
they do this.
Yeah.
Let them get drunk at Creek. It's fine.
Yeah.
They're not taking from us. They're doing the outside mic at midnight. Who
I
cares?
have
Let
a
them
crazy,
be happy.
I have a crazy thing I have to tell you off camera.
Okay,
about-
great.
Yes.
It pertains to this conversation.
All right.
Okay,
Well, I tell you what,
wonderful.
that's
That's
actually,
good.
I think that is our time, anyways, dude.
Well,
Sweet.
thank you.
you
Thanks
so much for
having me.
coming, dude.
Thanks, Luke Touma.
It's been very fun.
Yeah.
Introduce our guest at an hour and 10 in.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
Luke
yeah,
Touma,
yeah.
by the way.
And then-
Watch the Rough Week podcast.
Yeah,
please.
Rough Week podcast. Find him on Instagram. What is this? Luke.Touma on Instagram.
Luke.Touma, yeah.
And then, guys, please like, comment, and then go on the fucking listening apps and give us more little 5 stars. You guys have been doing that pretty consistently. I like that. Thank you guys so much. All right, have a good one. I don't know. And then keep it rolling, Josh. We have a ad read.